All right, guys, the moment is here. The moment is here. Now, y'all know I am always fanboying out about my favorite designer right here. And I always look over the top, but I just want y'all to understand that this is a guy I sincerely enjoy getting to know. He's not just a great designer, he's a good guy. So I really wanted to have a chance to talk with him. So let everybody know who you are, where you're from, and we'll get from there.
I'm not sure who I am anymore because this has been a fun but long festival. Clockspring 3D is what it says on my shirt.
There you go.
From Brisbane, Australia. So it's been a long trip and I'm very jet lagged.
Yeah.
But it's been so nice actually meeting you too, I've got to say.
Definitely. Now we Discord a lot. I think we've probably Patreoned a little bit, and kind of back and forth. And this is kind of where through Clockspring is how I actually met Courtney. Through the Discord.
Of course.
And then I met Courtney here, and now this year I'm meeting Clockspring, which I'm excited about. And so some of our story, and here's some of the stuff I just wanted to share with people while you were here, maybe make you cry a little bit, feel solemn. But one of the things I like about this designer and why I always want people to support is when I was in a hard place, a really tough place, this guy helped me out in some ways that people don't know about, and he may not even remember. And I had actually lost my job. I don't know if you remember that, and I was a paying Patreon at the time, and you said, hey, whatever you need. You gave me a chance to kind of pick up from where I was, sell your models, and keep going, and that meant so much to me, and just shows you and your dedication to the people.
You are trying to make me cry now.
I am. I really am. I know that you actually have a real world job.
I do.
Kind of. Little snippet of what you do real world.
So I come from a software background as a developer, but these days I'm a UX designer. So design in general, regardless of what you're working in, what domain, the process is similar. There's a technical aspect, there's a creative aspect, and so on. So the various worlds in which I live very much feed into each other. Okay. So I always get the question about, are you going to quit your day job? It's like, my day job is actually really quite, important in terms of, my creative process and so on. I'll work on one part of my life and then, have to put that aside to work on the other. And in the meantime, the brain ticks away and these things very much have a positive influence on each other. I just don't sleep a lot.
Yes. I think most of us are kind of at the no sleep point now, which is a lot of fun. So, we always have the generic questions, but there's always been one thing I was interested in. So most IT people, software people, technical people that I know do something with music. They play an instrument, they sing, they do sound. I'm an audio engineer guy. Where are you at in that process? And I noticed some of your older models might tell some of that.
That's true. That's a fascinating question. So I had no musical background as a child at all, other than listening to music. And then I did a lot of university work, and then I finished a degree and thought, I'm going to get a bass guitar, just because it's something that doesn't involve looking at a computer, whatever. So I wouldn't say I'm any good at any instruments, but I'll butcher guitars of various form, ukuleles, banjos, mandolins, string instruments. For some reason, string instruments. I've made my own string instruments, like 3-string cigar box guitars. Love those.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm absolutely terrible at playing them, but you don't need to be good to enjoy those things. Yeah,
definitely.
Especially guitar. I started learning the violin one day with a teacher because I couldn't make a noise. Somebody had given me a violin, and I had guitars. I could make them make a noise, but not the violin.
Oh, okay.
So yes. Turned out the violin was not for me, but it was fascinating, just the process.
Right.
Yeah.
I totally get that. Get that.
I think everything in this world you can nerd out about if you try.
Oh yeah, very, very much so. We're kind of blocking the aisle here, so we're shifting around a little bit, guys. But so the last question that I want to ask: how many times have you been to America?
Oh, a couple, but not for at least a decade.
Okay.
So I have been here before, but the world is definitely different these days.
Yeah, I think
in good and bad ways.
Yeah. And so when you come here, is there like one thing that you like to do in America every time you come?
Oh, the only trivial thing I can think of is we don't generally have Diet Dr. Pepper. We don't even really have Dr. Pepper, but it's just one of those little things you think, while I'm here.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, thank you for talking with me today, and I
Thank
really
you.
enjoyed the booth and everything. We're going to keep having fun, guys. But hey, look for Clockspring, Patreon, printables, clockspring3d.com, and
I really need to update that.
yeah, we should talk. Anyway, thanks. See y'all later, guys.